Cinematography tip of the day. We are talking the 5 new additions to my director of photography kit. And it starts with the lid. Let's get after it. Up top, I have a Damaso laptop holder. Now, this looks kind of cool. It's all padded. I'm able to open it up. Put my laptop in here. I also can put my iPad that's all color calibrated so I can look at my stills on set. I got masks, I got my passport, cleaning devices for the plane, all those kind of things right in here. And if you're in a plane that's super small and the overhead bin space is really cramped, we all know the Pelican Air fits in like a glove, but not with this. So, dual lock Velcro. You rip it right off, and now this goes into your overhead bin space, and this is absolutely perfect in your little pouch so you can work while you fly. Number 2, we're going to dive into this incredible LED lamp by CordBag. Okay? This has 3 different brightness settings, and I was driving home from a job one night and my tire blew. Well, this was in the back, pulled this out. I was able to change the tire beautifully with this light. And when I was finishing, I used my iPhone and then I put this on the road so I didn't get hit by somebody driving down the road at 70 or 80 miles an hour. Number 3. The DJI drone. Now, Shane, why do you need a drone in your DP kit? Well, this gives you the ability with your director on location scouts to be able to fly up and show them what a drone shot would be at this location. Or how about a techno crane shot? You're able to create that with the drone to say, yes, I love that move, or, let's do it this way or that way. So it starts the conversation. The other thing is, what's behind that hill? Well, we can fly out and see what it is behind that hill. Or what's behind that building? Well, we walk over, we're saying that's going to be a great place for a condor placement, but we were on a location scout. We're not sure what's back there. So I can fly the drone right over the chain link fence. I can get around, I can look behind the building. It's all clear. And then I can ask my locations department to be able to go back there and secure that area for our night work. Now, this also becomes a huge G&E powerhouse. How is that possible? Well, my last movie, I was shooting this night exterior of this big old home from the 1800s. And I wanted this big wide shot, and I was gonna bring moonlight, 3/4 backlight, across the home and the whole path where the people were gonna walk up to it. Well, I framed it up with Artist Pro. I sent the drone up in the air, just out of frame. I said, go up a little higher and hold right there. What's your height? They said 113 feet. I said, perfect. We'll get a 120-foot condor, and my moonlight, my moon source will not be in the shot. Then I thought, okay, well, that's if I want 3/4 backlight. What if I want to hide it behind the house? So it had this big widow's peak. So I thought, okay, let's fly the drone. So flies it up, and I go, okay, send it to the left. Okay, I see it. Bring it back, and okay, hold right there. Mark that. Now fly right. He flies right. Oh, I see it. Okay, come on back. I don't see it. Mark that. What's that distance? It was 12 feet. So I knew I can hide a 7-foot basket of a condor back behind there and shoot the shafts of light, smoke it up, of moonlight coming from behind the home. I also have in here the remote so I can actually fly the drone. I have all my NDs as well as the batteries to be able to power it, all within this case. Number 4, we're jumping to the Lit Duo Pro, what is that? Well, this is this amazing new light and color meter combo. Because when it's all said and done, I used to have a light meter, a color meter, and a spot meter. I'm not using the spot meter much anymore, so now having 2 meters in 1 meter that's color temp and light is pretty incredible. Let's power this thing up. So now I can go to my menu, I can go into Cine, I can add NDs, I can set my ASA, my ISO, I can set my frame rate, I can set my shutter speed, everything like a normal light meter does. Now if I go back, if I go here and I go down to color temp, I can hit this and now I can read the light. Ooh, it even gives you a we set that meter at, we set that light at 3000 Kelvin and now it's 2888. That's because it's bouncing off of a kind of warmish white wall, so that's about right. The other thing you can do is you can go into spectrum. When you click this, you can get all the XY values of, say, you want to match a metal halide source or a sodium vapor or a cool white. Now I can get the XY, plug that into the dimmer, send that to your light programmer. He sends it into the light, and shazam, you have a metal halide matched perfectly. Now, for our number 5, we're going to go to media. Now, I've been shooting with a lot of different cameras over the years, and I've really fallen in love for all the cameras that we shoot with our Filmmakers Academy content is all Sony Buranos. And I've turned to Angelbird for all of their cards. They come in these unique little tanks, and hell, you can even put your logo on them. FA, yeah! Pop it open, and now I have all my 2 terabyte Angelbird cards that are reading and writing at 3,700 megabits per second. A1 and A2, pre-labeled. What's TPC? What's CTTS? Well, those are the movies that I've done. This is The Perfect Couple and Clashing Through the Snow. What's going on here? Well, I used to save all of my Insta360 videos, all my lighting schematics, blocking schematics, all this stuff on these SSD drives. 1, they take a lot of space. 2, they actually fail. I was in flight prepping for this latest keynote presentation I was putting together, and sure enough, I lost all of it. So now I got to take this to a data retrieval to try and get all that back. But with these, their job is to protect this media. Their job is to deliver all of that. So I put all of my media, everything, iPhone videos, Insta360s, drone shots, all my lighting schematics, blocking schematics, camera lists from each movie on to these individual cards. So I can put many movies in here, and I have the nice high-speed card reader, and these cards are 3,700 megabits per second. So you're downloading that information very quickly, and you're sending it to the card incredibly quickly. So this just makes you more efficient. The other thing that I really love is, like I said, I do a lot of those Insta360s. So Angelbird even has a micro SD to SD card reader in there, so I can slide that right into the side of my laptop, and I'm off and running and being able to show everyone exactly what I just did at this location, so we can pick, lens the shots, and know exactly what we're going to art direct. And that is your cinematography tip of the day.